Hey, assistant coach, how are you guys doing? It's me, Johnny Sports, and you have decided my new team in the upcoming career mode, which will start on Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. And boys, it's a big one for my channel. I think this will be the best decision you guys have ever made, and the team is 1860 Munich. So I am so looking forward to play with this team because it's a road to glory. It's a team that is not the best. It's a team that is in the second division of Germany, and that allows us to have a career mode that lasts longer than 2 or 3 seasons, and that is exactly what I was trying to achieve in this upcoming career mode, because as you guys know, I have had all my career modes be like at a max of 3 seasons, and that is not enough. I personally wanted a longer career mode in which we can create legends and have some fun and try to beat the big clubs in the first division. And in this one, it's definitely Bayern Munich. We both are playing in the same stadium. And yeah, that would be amazing. Allianz Arena, it would be great to be the bigger team in that arena, and hopefully one day we will be able to achieve that. But this video is about the transfer targets. So let me show you the team first off, and this is the team. I've worked on it a little bit, and this is what we can do. We have Okocha up front in a striking position. He's not the fastest striker, but I've played a couple of games with him. He's definitely good enough to play in the starting 11 right now. He's a striker who is 6'2" tall, so he's definitely someone who can head the ball in. So we have someone tall in the striking position. I'm happy with that one. I also know him since my time since I lived in Austria. I know him as a player, and I do respect him. But we have Mölders. That is the guy that just recently joined into the club. He's 30 years old, 6'2" tall, basically the same as Okocha, but not really young, not really the type of striker that you want to have twice in your team. You want one tall striker and one dribbler, and Mölders is definitely not that dribbler, so I am probably going to be replacing him. So that is the first position you assistant coaches will have to decide on. In the left midfield position, we have Baista, whose stats are looking insane. I have no clue how this guy's only 73 rated. He can play in any position, and we could potentially also use him in a striking position if needed, but I personally want to use him on the left midfield position. Adlung and Lacazette, his cousin. This is Alexandre Lacazette, his cousin. Yes, they are actually related to each other, and just because of that fact, I want to keep him in the starting 11. Adlung, same with him. He's only 27 years old. He's a really good all-rounder. We will keep him in the squad as well. But this guy is a right midfielder. I mean, he's normally a center attacking midfielder, and we don't have that center attacking midfielder role in this team. So I am looking forward to get myself a new right midfielder who could potentially come in a little bit later into the first team. I'm not looking to replace this guy straight away, because if I want to replace him straight away, I already have Rama in there, who's actually a 4-star skiller, 4-star weak foot. Looks a little bit better than Lindl, but this guy has better passing statistics and all that stuff, so I might use him at the start, but I definitely need someone who is a proper backup for this guy, who can take over that position, who can also play in the left midfield position whenever Beister leaves us in the next season, since he's only loaned out into this team. So I need a winger and a striker for now. The center midfield is good. Left back, we have a 19-year-old guy, actually 20 years old, and he is 66 rated. He has okay potential. He will still remain in the team. At center back though, we definitely have a problem. This guy, Valori, is not good enough, and he's 33 years old. Yes, he's 69 rated, which should be okay for this league right now, but I need someone to come in there with a little bit of potential in them. So I'm looking forward to replace a center back in this team and put him straight into the starting 11. So let's get straight into those players that I have selected for these positions. We will start off at the center back position. First off, both of them are German. Koray Günther has a Turkish background as well. He is currently playing in Turkey for Galatasaray. He is not one of those fast, pacey defenders, but he is solid. 72 strength and he has 70 slide tackle and stand tackle. He's 21 years old and he has high defensive work rate on him. That is really important for a center back. 6'1" tall, decent center back, and he's also a long passer according to his traits. So you assistant coaches can decide between him and Baumgartel. Once again, another German guy, 6'3" tall, so he's 2 inches taller than Günther. Basically not the same work rates as Günther. Günther has the high defensive work rate, so that might be a slight advantage for him right there. But Baumgartel is taller and younger, so he's 19 years old and he has okay stats in his physical stats. He is not the slowest center back, so we can be happy with that. 73 strength actually, because he's like 2 inches taller. He's definitely bound to be a little bit stronger than Günther. But in his stats right here, you can see that his slide tackle isn't as good as Günther, his stats, but his stand tackle is actually better. So you assistant coaches can decide between Baumgartel and Günther, and yeah, go ahead and vote in the description down below. That's the first voting. The second voting is for the right midfield position, and for the right midfield, as I said, I'm not looking to replace my player Lindl straight away. I'm looking forward to get someone into the team that can grow in the background and then take over. And first of all, this guy's name is amazing, Coco, and if you take a look at his stats, you can definitely see that this guy has something. He has the pace, he has the stamina already, 60 stamina on him, which is great for a 64 rated player. And he's also only 19 years old. He can play right mid, left mid, and he does have okay skill attributes. Not really the best. His dribbling is definitely his best stat in there. But I feel like this guy, with a little bit of training, he could turn into a really good player. And his name is just so good. I'm sorry, but I love that name. I'm in love with the Coco. You guys know that song. But he's 19 years old, 5'11" tall, which is the perfect height in my opinion for a winger. And he can play right mid, left mid, 3-star weak foot, 3-star skills. So he could definitely be someone to come into the team, grow in the background, and then take over in the squad. And let's get to the second option, which might be a little bit, let's say, more known, popular. But this guy is pacey. He has good stats in his physical stats overall. The strength and stamina is alright. He has 79 dribbling though, and that means he is a 5-star skiller. So that is the main reason why many people will probably vote for this guy. But keep in mind, Botaka's positives are that he's fast, that he's good at dribbling, and he's a 5-star skiller. And the sad thing about him is though that he only has like 74 potential or something. Coco, opposed to that, has no 5-star skills. He doesn't even have 4-star skills, but he has 79 potential. So if we are looking for success straight away in our first season and then build up the team in the upcoming seasons, or bring in young players through the youth academy, Botaka is probably the guy you want to go for. But if you want a player to grow within the team and come into the team later on, Coco is probably the one to go for. But this guy is a 5-star skiller. I don't think I need to say more than that. So you can decide between Coco and Botaka in the second poll down below. Now, the striking position. First up, we have one guy coming into the team. I will bring him back from his loan. He's 71 rated and he will be an amazing striker. He has even better stats than Okoche and better stats than Mulders. And I sadly forgot his name. I think it was Rodri. And he will be an insane player. I looked at his stats. He's fast. He's really good at finishing. He has the right height for that position to play like the dribbling striker alongside Okoche, who's strong. So we will have a striker for the first team, but I'm looking to get someone into the team in the striking position as well, who could be a really good backup. Now, starting off with Kamara. Take a look at his stats. 82 acceleration, 82 sprint speed, 86 strength, 81 aggression. I mean, that's something that you want to see in a striker. But his finishing isn't the best, but he still has 75 shot power. So definitely someone who can play alongside Okocha in the future. Rodri has like 75 potential, so we will probably play in the first and second season. but we definitely need someone to get subbed in. This could potentially be the super sub of this series. Kamara, high-low work rates, 5'11", 22 years old. That is the first option, and he is injury prone. So that is something that might destroy this guy's chances in the voting. I know that he has insane stats physically and also really good in his skill attributes, but he is injury prone. Beto Kelly is the second option. Take a look at his stats: 82 acceleration, 90 agility, 91 jumping, even though he's 5'8", 81 sprint speed, 67 stamina. Not the strongest though, not as strong as Kamara, but he has decent finishing, and also he's not as good in his shooting abilities as Kamara, who has 75 shot power, I think, but he is not injury prone. So that is something that you might have to think about. He's also the oldest of these options, but he has low defensive work rate, which is really good, and he is 5'8" tall, if I mentioned that. So he will be another dribbler alongside Okocha. Definitely not one of those players that has the highest potential, but he could be good enough. Let's move on to the third option. And this guy, I've just recently discovered him. Deza is his name. He's playing for Montpellier, I think. 85 acceleration, 89 agility, 86 balance, 81 sprint speed. Not the best physical stats considering his stamina and strength, but really good in dribbling. 74 ball control, 77 dribbling, 72 finishing, and 75 shot power. So he's basically Kamara with a little bit better dribbling, let's put it that way. And also he does not have the injury prone thing on him, but he doesn't have any specialities or traits, and he has a 4-star weak foot. He's a striker and a left winger, so we could potentially play him on the left hand side whenever someone gets injured on that side. He is 22 years old, 5'9" tall, so he fits the bill to get like a smaller dribbler into the striking position. So this is the last option. You guys can decide in the link in the description down below. That would be the third voting. But that's about it for today. I am freaking looking forward to get this career mode started. I want to create some legends. I want to have some fun. I want to go through a couple of seasons with you guys. And yeah, that's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And peace.